You guys are fine.
Farm of Life family, here we are yet again, and this is the last one for the healing part of the season before we start our big retreat season,
Christmas season.
coming up January in the Christmas season. Here we have the sole survivor. Here we are, end of October. We're getting ready to go back to the States to visit family. The last guest standing.
We're in the thick of rainy season, too.
And I gotta say, in October, it can be kind of tough here. I mean, it's rainy, it can be chilly, and it's sometimes for people, sometimes for people beginning their process of healing. October and November are the only 2 months that can be fairly, they can be a bit challenging. You can get good days, and you can get some really, cold and rainy days, right?
We had some good days, though.
We had a great day yesterday.
Yeah.
Great day yesterday. Went to the park.
Most of last week was pretty miserable.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
September was really great.
September was it?
Yes.
September's a really good month.
Extraordinarily beautiful.
Right. So let's talk about Christina now. You are the sole survivor here, getting ready to leave tomorrow morning. You came with us with the Lyme disease, right? Tell us a little bit about how you think you might have contracted it first.
Well, it started like 2 years ago, and I think I got it in Thailand. I was at a vacation in Thailand, and after I got back, I started to have like different symptoms. I was very fatigued, and I knew that something was wrong, and then half a year later, it got even worse, and I wasn't able to work. I literally just, stopped working and had all these different kind of symptoms, and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me, so I just started researching, and I came across the diet, 80-10-10 diet, which is a detoxing diet, and then I came across your place.
Yeah, let's back up for 1 second though. Lyme disease, let's talk a little bit about it. What were your symptoms?
Well, my symptoms was, I had like, tingling in my hands and my legs.
Okay.
I was losing my strength in my legs. I wasn't able to run. I used to run a lot and exercise, and I had this brain fog. There was something wrong with my vision and my
lack of concentration. Yeah.
Exactly. And and of course all these symptoms created a lot of anxiety as well, because I didn't know what was wrong with me, and the doctors couldn't tell, because Lyme disease is a tricky disease, and the doctors can't, they diagnose you with something else, and they didn't even take the test, so at that point I didn't know what was wrong. So it was after a year, I think, I got some tests done, and at that time it was really bad. I couldn't even walk from my bed to the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they found out I had Lyme disease, and I had some other co-infections, which is pretty normal with Lyme disease.
And this is where they tell you that there's really no cure for it, right?
Exactly.
You need medication. And
you can take medication, antibiotics, and I actually did that for a while, for 3 months. And it did help on some of the symptoms, but I just knew from the beginning that it wasn't, I didn't want to do it, because I know that it's not a cure, like, long term.
That's smart.
Yeah.
A lot of people, man, myself included, so many people go through years of Western medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know so many people, especially with Lyme, who stays on the medication for so many years, and maybe they get to a point where it gets better, but then it's just, they never get well, because the medication is just toxic.
Exactly.
To the body, so.
Exactly, just exacerbates and creates other problems, especially if you're on antibiotics year after year after year. We know what that can do to the gut, right? You lose all good bacteria, and now it's just a harboring ground for candida overgrowth too. All right, so that's your history a little bit and some of the symptoms that you had. And so Now I know you started doing some consultations, so you found Chris Kendall really first, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't want to do Western medicine. You didn't want to take drugs, so you started to look into
And
natural.
I've always been, approaching natural
Great.
medicine and just alternative things, treatment and stuff. So I actually did try a lot of things, different kind of treatment like acupuncture and
Nice. Mm-hmm.
and different kind. And it did help a little bit, but it wasn't,
Ease the symptoms, some
yeah,
massage,
it
right?
gave
Physical
me a
therapy.
relief,
Mm-hmm.
Still wasn't like a cure.
It didn't get to the core of the problem.
No, exactly.
So then you kept searching on the internet. You found Chris.
I found Chris. We had a Skype session, and I just watched a lot of his videos, and I saw your place, and I was just so drawn to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris Kendall, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. I didn't know this
Hi,
until now.
Chris.
Yeah. Yep. So that's great. And you've been here, which is again one of the reasons why we created this place. You've been here for a really long time to learn this lifestyle, mind, body, and spirit.
Exactly.
So let's talk about some of the things that have happened here that you're leaving with us tomorrow, and that you've got your little toolbox, right, that you can go back and plug it in.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you learn here? Some of the most important things that you learned here.
Yeah, the most important thing I've learned, well, I think that it's been so transformational for me to be here, and especially because I've been here 2 months.
Long time.
I've learned so much that I couldn't have learned in several years.
Right, and we can make it affordable for people to come for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, that's why I was able to come here in 2 months, and I wanted to do a water fast too, but it was just so much more. The first couple of days, I just knew that there was a reason why I was drawn to this place.
All right.
Yeah, and it was just amazing and very overwhelming, the first couple of days.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Out here in the middle of from city life to the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
It's always a bit difficult and quite a transition for people, right? I mean,
yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about like body stuff, physical stuff. What do you feel has gotten a little bit better?
Well, I definitely feel that many of my symptoms has gone better. All the brain fog is totally gone. And
Wow, brain fog gone.
Yeah. Well, I've been here, and that's really amazing because it was very limited when, home, when I wasn't able to, be social, and I was pretty much locked up in my room, for a while.
Wow.
So it was a difficult time.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you're not isolated here. You've been talking and hanging out with us.
You're very social.
Very social, really
made some
great
wonderful
personality.
friends.
Wow, that's great.
It's been amazing.
All right, so the brain fog's gone. What else?
And I think, I had a lot of gut issues even before I got the Lyme disease, and I definitely feel that it's gone better, even though I still have a way, and I will keep doing the diet when I get back. And
The constipation's still there a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's still there, but you've been able to have some movements a whole lot better than before.
Definitely. And
Rebounding in the papayas.
yeah, that works. I can tell.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Any other symptoms, physical symptoms?
Well, also the energy level,
Yeah.
I have so much more energy now than I did like 4 or 5 months ago. So I definitely feel that I've improved, in many of my symptoms.
Sure. I mean, well, when your energy gets better too, that's a direct sign
Yeah.
that your health is improving.
Exactly.
So things are definitely on the mend,
Yeah.
right? So
I wasn't able to be as active as I've been here,
Right.
So
You walked around, you hiked to Nyack.
yeah, I went on a hike.
You did yoga.
Walked to
You did
Manuel
yoga.
Antonio.
Yeah, almost every day.
Yep.
and
That's fantastic. That's
it's
great.
amazing.
That's really good. And these things you'll just keep going with, in Denmark when you get back.
Exactly.
Mind. And that's big. We spend a lot of time on mind and spirit here. And I know when people come here, they don't necessarily think, they're like, I'm going to do some green juices, I'm going to eat some fruits, and I'm just going to get well. Well, it unfortunately it doesn't really work that way. You've got to kind of get in to the emotional side of things and the mind part of things.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What changed? What did you learn and what changed?
It was, I really had to realize that, because I think before I came, I was a bit open to it, but I really didn't realize that the mind has so much effect on the physical body.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that, that I just realized that in the beginning, that, well, I need to be more aware of my thoughts.
Your thoughts create everything.
Because apparently they create a lot of physical symptoms as well. And
They sure do.
they just makes, disease more thrivable in the body.
Yep. Basically, we tell people, you have two types of thought. You have fear and love, and everything under fear would be anger, resentment, and there isn't one guest that hasn't come here yet that hasn't had an emotional component to their illness. And what people don't realize is that the emotions cause the physical problem.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that a headache,
Mm-hmm.
right, a stress can cause a headache, right? So that's quickly,
Mm-hmm.
stress can cause a headache. Well, think about that kind of stress day after day, year after year. Of course, it can cause, or someone that has anger, or someone that has resentment, day after day, year after year. They're constantly repeating in their mind all the anger and all the resentment and all the fear and all the anxiety. These are all fear-based thoughts. And so what happens is it manifests itself in illness.
Yeah.
For me, it was fibromyalgia, all the anger that I had for years. For you with the anxiety, it manifests itself in Lyme disease. And so learning that and reading the books and talking about how you can get out of that. Now, what did you learn how to get out of that? Meditation, right? Quieting the mind.
And just this place give you the space to just go inwards and just figure out, even though it's maybe not obvious to you when you come here what it is, you just figure it out, that small things, like stress, and we all have our issues, and we all have little things that just affect us.
Well, the thing about, and you make a good point, because the thing about this place is we are stuck back in nature, and the great thing about nature is it never gets angry.
No.
It never is resentful. It's never fearful.
No.
And so what happens is that you're looking at a great teacher.
Exactly.
Because nature's never has an anxiety problem.
Yeah.
It's never upset. It doesn't resent.
No.
It's not ever fear-based. It's only love-based.
Mm-hmm.
It only wants to help us,
and
nature.
That's why you feel how you feel here. You just feel the love from the nature and the people here, and
it allows you to let go.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like I've released so many, old stuff and emotions and stress, and and that really helped me, and just realizing that I have to be aware of what I'm thinking.
It's very important to be more aware of the inside than the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, right? Most people walk around and they're so concerned about all of this. But what they don't realize is that the inside creates the outside. It's never the other way around.
No.
And that's when you're more aware. Awareness is the key. When you're aware that your thoughts create everything, then you can transform your life.
Exactly. And that's why I feel like I'm in control now. I can decide how my future is going to be.
Ah, that's amazing. And you and I have talked a great deal about before, right, how you would, and a lot of raw foodists do this. I love you, everybody out there that are raw fooders, but a lot of raw foodists will judge the world that they see around them. They'll judge the city life. They'll judge pollution. They'll judge cooked food.
Meat eaters.
They'll judge meat eaters.
The same, before I came here, I was very much into the diet and only the diet. And I thought that was the only, thing that could cure me. But I've learned a lot here, and especially that part.
And you had said you were so excited to go back to Denmark.
Yeah, I am.
Because
so
before,
excited.
right, you judged your family, and now what are you going to do?
Now I'm going to go back and be in loving service.
That's right, ILS, in loving service. It's the highest good on this planet. It really is, because in reality, all we are teachers, and we're in loving service to each other, the planet, to yourself, and to others.
Exactly.
That's really it.
And it's such a relief, you know, to think about that you don't have to judge anything. Everything is just okay, you know,
Yep.
and everything. Well, I mean, everybody's on their path.
Yep.
And
No right or wrong, no good or bad.
No right or wrong.
Only
It's
experience.
just an experience and a learning process for everybody.
That's it.
So
And you do what you love.
exactly, just do what you love, and then everything
Yep.
will be good.
And then love, and also love
you'll
others.
be healthy too.
Absolutely. Happy and healthy.
Yeah.
No judgment equals happiness and healthiness.
Exactly.
Win-win. Well, Christina, so when you go back,
Yeah.
what do you plan on doing, like job-wise, or is there anything that you'd like to create differently in your life as you
Well,
leave?
I had a lot of, ideas about projects I want to start when I get back.
Nice.
Yeah, so I felt like, my creativity has gone back, and it's just so
And you're a designer,
awesome.
right? You design clothes.
Yeah, I'm a designer, freelance designer, and
Nice.
I want to make my own line again.
All right.
Maybe.
It's opened up that creative center of the
Yeah,
brain.
it definitely did.
That's good.
Well, I want to start a few different projects when I get back, and just be open to whatever comes. I just have a feeling that it will come.
If the mind stays
That's
quiet,
Mhm.
your intuition will just download
Exactly.
the answer right to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt so inspired, while being here.
That's great.
So.
Well, we're really happy that you came.
Yeah, me too.
And you're a
I'm
member
so
of the family.
grateful for this 6 years.
Yeah. You're a member of the family. You're coming back, right?
I'm coming back, yeah.
Coming back.
Actually coming
She's gonna be
back
like Richard
next year.
Stein. Richard Stein's been here seven times. You'll be back number 2, maybe in April.
Yeah, I hope
All
I'll
right.
come back in April or
Okay.
May.
All right, April or May.
We look forward to seeing the designs you come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens for you in the next few months.
I'm gonna bring it next time I come.
Absolutely. And when you come back in May, we'll do another blog. And so all you out there in YouTube land watching this with Lyme disease, know that there is help for you. You can change. You can transform.
Exactly, and you don't have to go the medicine way, for many years. You can
That's
do
right.
it naturally. You just have to trust it,
All right.
and it will come.
Thanks, Christina.
Thanks, Christina.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for
We'll
having me here.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming. All right. We'll see you later, Farmer Life family. Until next time.
Bye-bye.